Episode 139. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have DC versus Vampires World War V #1. We got Vengeance of Moon Knight with the return of Mark Spector. And we have Jonny Quest jumping off the animation pages. Issue #1. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And we're going to check out these comics. And before we do, remember to give me that like and that thumbs up. And if you can subscribe, please do. I am trying to grow the channel out. Also, if you are interested in learning about filmmaking, I am doing another class. It is only going to be 3 hours, but it's going to be over 3 days. We're going to do an hour a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, anywhere in the country because it's via Zoom. So you can definitely check that out. I will put the link in the description below. It is for whether you're an actor, whether you're a writer, whether you're a producer, or just want to be those things and want to learn more. It's going to be able to teach you how to write to a certain budget, how to structure the script, and on top of that, how to schedule, how to budget things. So if you are looking to do a short or a feature in the future, these are the things you'll be looking forward to. And on top of that, if you're even trying to finance your film, how to approach investors, that's all will be in this course. And it's not expensive. It's only $69. Again, you can check out the link below. And do remember, too, that I'm also a board game designer. So Mark Spears, who you might know from a lot of DC and Marvel covers, as well as Spawn, Vampirella. He did a Lobo cover for Action Comics, etc. He and I just teamed up to do Mythlords. It is a classic monsters card game. We are going to be launching in October. Guess why? Because, Halloween. And, so you can check out the description below. It's very easy to learn. I can basically teach it in 10 minutes. And, we're going to be launching that in October on Kickstarter. So check out the link below. You'll be able to sign up now. So when we do launch, you'll be notified. All right, so I just want to go into the reason I do this is because I not only do this for comic book readers, but also for people that are looking to find out what is in comics right now, whether it's going to turn into the silver screen or even the little screen for streamers, because a lot of comics get turned into movies and television shows, and this will keep you up to date about what's going on. So let's jump into DC versus Vampires World War V. Woo! So this is by Matthew Rosenberg. I'm not really familiar with too much of his stuff. Not that his name doesn't really stick in my head much. All right, so this is a #1 issue, but I never read the original. There was original DC versus Vampires, but I never really read it, so I have it coming in the mail so I can read it. And you would have thought that DC would have put out an advertisement where you can pick up. That's why their marketing team is so bad, man. Why don't we have commercials in this? I mean, you have Warner Brothers. That's the problem why comics are so expensive. They used to pay for them, the printing at least, by all the ads. Now they only have maybe 2 ads in the entire thing. And most of them are Warner Brothers, right? Which owns them, which means they're not reaching out like, this is Warner Brothers, the back was Warner Brothers, and this is Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers is just using this as a way to advertise their stuff. But why don't they have an advertising team like they used to make this cheaper for people? Instead, they just keep jacking the prices up to the point where people can't even afford them anymore. It makes absolutely zero sense. Let's not sell advertising and just raise the prices. Genius move. Genius move. All right, so let's jump into this. So the Green Lantern Corps is going to Earth, where they get a really nice surprise. They land, and only thing that they can see is superheroes. They're like, oh, well, fancy meeting you guys here. I don't know how you just found us. Very convenient, so it's almost too convenient. And then on top of that, they turn out to be vampires. And like, hi, guys. Your lunch now. Oh, they're like, no, we have our Green Lantern rings, and we're going to shoot the hell out of you. And a big battle erupts, and then Wonder Woman shows up, and that's about the extent of that. Green Lanterns versus Wonder Woman. That's never going to happen, no matter how big your sword is, buddy. No matter how much Viagra you shoved on your Green Lantern ring, it's not going to be enough against Wonder Woman, who then stabs Kyle in the back. So obviously he's not continuing. Then we have somebody chomps on Jon Stewart. I think that's the elongated man. Again, DC ad. That's the easiest sell in existence, man. So Jon Stewart breaks out of his chest. Ah, you're dead, Plastic Man, or Plastic Man wannabe. But then he somehow is sucked up to the point where he falls out of his uniform, or I don't know what happens. But anyway, he dies. So anyway, now there's a truck running around, doop, 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 and they're going to Gotham, and they look a little bit like Nazis or something to that effect. But anyway, Robin shows up, or Damian shows up, and he says, so close to Gotham, because I guess Gotham is like their sanctuary or whatever, I don't know. But obviously they can't get attacked in there, but when they're outside of Gotham, they can get attacked, and their whole there's two different vampire factions. One's led by Damian, and the other one is, and Batwoman, and the other one is led by Barbara Gordon. Again, I need to read it because I don't really know. And so we have Batwoman there with Damian. And Damian's like, I want you to send a message to Barbara, who's the queen, or whatever they call her. And then they save the humans, and the humans like, we saved us, thank you. And then they go, not really, and he eats them. Yum, 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 yum. So anyway, so now we have Grodd shows up at the humans' house, and Grodd is a vampire as well, and that's Constantine right in front of him, and Ollie's having a big problem with this. Ollie's like, yeah, Ollie, Oxenfree, you're dead. No, he doesn't shoot him. But he wants to, and everybody's like, stand down, Ollie, you don't know what you're doing. And he's like, I will growl in your face with my big fangs. But anyway, he reports that Damian is causing trouble, and that's Talia saying, you will not harm my son. Lady's already undead. I don't know what you want me to do to him. So, anyway, he leaves, and he's like, make sure we don't happen again. And he's like, we need that information, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, there's the city, and obviously it's covered by snow. Probably because it's night continuously. I don't really know the story behind this. But anyway, it seems like there's a lot of vampires out. So, anyway, they chase this guy, and they corner him, and they're like, we're gonna eat you, buddy. And then they get stomped, boink. And Batman shows up, and it's like, it's Batman! It's one of the Batmen, somebody. Because obviously Batman's dead, so there's somebody else in the cowl right now. And anyway, he falls off, and that's the end of him. So we don't really know who this Batman is. And then you have Ollie going to create some kind of a mission, and Black Canary says, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. So they go off. And now we go into Gotham, which is controlled by Batgirl, which is Barbara. And I guess that's Aquaman. He has a patch. And she's like, don't piss me off, fishy boy. I don't know why Aquaman's not the leader to that. I mean, it seems a little strange. But anyway, so you have Hush there. And you got something going on there. Some kind of blow up. Boom. Whoosh. But yeah, so that's the basic. They basically set up the world that Aquaman and Grodd and all those guys are working for Barbara, and then on top of that you have Damian having a whole other faction because he doesn't bend the knee to anybody, and which actually makes sense. Somebody's in the Batman suit, we don't know who, and two Green Lanterns bit the dust. That's pretty much what happened. So we'll see where this continues. I do like it though, and I think it's interesting. And obviously they won't make a Elseworlds film about this, but a cartoon would be kind of cool. I know that they're doing Watchmen right now, so they are going to be going to that kind of R rating. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so let's jump into Vengeance of Moon Knight, number 8. All right, so this is by Jed MacKay. And the only thankful thing I have about this issue is that we don't have the psychiatrist. And they actually bring that up in here, where it's like we don't have to go through the psychiatrist anymore, do we? Silly people. So anyway, the vampires apparently don't know if they can stay out in the daylight yet, which was happened in the blood hunt thing. But anyway, this truck is coming at them. I don't really see that light is coming up, but apparently it is. I guess the psychiatrist decided to make herself useful, and you got some blood out of her to give to them to eat. They're like, you need your energy. Breakfast is the most important part of the day. Here's some blood. They're like, all right, if you insist. Did you flavor this? But anyway, they end up going outside. I don't know why, if they thought they were going to die. But they're like, we're not burning up. We're not. Oh, my God, we can see the sunlight. And he's like, watch out. You're going to get killed. And Soldier kills one of the guys that's about to kill her. And then they get into a fight, etc. And you know it's coming. I mean, during this entire fight, you know it's coming. And the fight continues, and all of a sudden, one gets a sword in the head, and they're like, "What the hell?" I love Storm, but I love that picture, but I'm very apprehensive about any Storm miniseries. They have all been so bad. And Steve Orlando taking over the Avengers Assemble, I'm passing on that. Even though I like the lineup, the artwork looks kind of. Wonder Man's the only... Well, Wonder Man and Hercules, I'm not much fans of either one of those. But everybody else I absolutely love, but no. And, of course, we have Moon Knight! I threw that sword! But look at his feet. I mean, the artwork is not good in here. I mean, just not. The original artist is not here, and you can really tell. So, anyway, there they go. Follow me! We will kick the ass of the vampires! So they do. And she gives him a hug. Oh my God, we got the huggies going on here. Her name is Reese, I think. So he's like, you did a great job. You all stepped up. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Daddy. So anyway, really nothing else happens. We have this action scene in the beginning. And the artwork here is, look at the face on Reese on there. It's really bad. I do like how they did the cape, but that's about the extent of what's good on that page. So like, let's go kick some vampire butt. And that's pretty much it. That's why this whole wrap up with Blood Hunt is just not good. And he's like, and we show our symbol on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Whatever. So anyway, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And then 8-Ball shows up with some supply. I thought this was interesting. 8-Ball shows up with some supplies. He's like, oh my God, Mark Spence, no, I'm a good guy now. I swear I'm a good guy now. And he's like, I know, good job, 8-Ball. Side pocket. And then he sits down. He's like, I need a break. Where's my V8? And he decides to talk to Khonshu, and Khonshu comes up and says, you have something special to do. You must kill the Pretender. You must kill Moon Knight. Because there was another Moon Knight guy that was like a villain pretending to be him. And I guess he wants him to kill him. Seems harsh. Seems harsh. So anyway, that's it for that one. I really would love to see, not this whole Blood Hunt thing, but even the last series was actually pretty good with his one of his old villains returning and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty decent. That actually led up to his death. So anyway, I like Moon Knight, and I think that it would definitely make a good film. Although the TV show is so bad, because they just went on and on and on. It was so boring. It needed a bigger budget because you barely ever saw Moon Knight. It was horrible. So yeah, I think it'll make a good film. I think it needs a film, not a TV show. They can't do it in TV. So let's jump into Jonny Quest. Jonny Quest was a cartoon by Hanna-Barbera back in the day. It was fun and exciting, and it's about children going into danger. Which was a lot of a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons were about children going into danger. But we had Haji that was almost like an exchange student, and I really thought that they were going to have to change that for PC reasons, and I'm really glad that they did not. They kept everything the same as the cartoon. I'm very happy about that. And it's rated teen for kids in trouble. But anyway, Jonny Quest is the blonde, and then his dad is the redhead. Figure that one out. And then Race is the white-haired guy. He's their bodyguard kind of thing. And then Bandit is the dog. And that's all the characters. But anyway, in the Free Comic Book Day, we saw the part of this where they went off on a little mission, and then their boat was coming back to their island, and the dad's a professor, and he, of course, so you got to have a smart one in there somewhere. Definitely not Race. He's the muscle. So they come back to the island, and it's nothing like how they left it. So, of course, we know that they've gone into the future, but they don't. So here's their compound. Everything's messed up. And this is by the same guy who's doing Space Ghost, Joe Casey, and he's doing a great job with Space Ghost. This isn't as good because the IP isn't as good as Space Ghost is made for comics, as far as I'm concerned, and made for more of an adult theme anyway. But anyway, they said, well, we're going to go back inside, but the door is locked. Oh, wait, it's open. So somebody opens the door for them, and you can see the guy controlling it, but you have no idea who that guy is. But he's controlling it, so they're like, oh, let's just walk in. And why don't you bring the kids with you? We'll all be locked in there together. We could have, a smoke party because somebody's going to poison us. Nope, but that does. Thankfully, it does not happen. It's like, oh, there's our jetpacks. So there are some things that are left the way they were, except everything is kind of messed up. And he's like, I thought I was the messy one. And that actually comes into being a little bit later. But anyway, then they find the tombstones of his dad and Race, which they're married, they're buried side by side, which is kind of weird. On the island, not even in a graveyard. Kind of weird. But anyway, we said we shouldn't tell them because we don't want to upset them that we're in the future. And Race and Benton are saying the same thing. We shouldn't tell the kids because we might upset them. So they both know, but they're not telling each other. So there comes some drones. Some drones attack the island, and he gets to save he saves the dog. Ray's like, oh my God, get to safety. Let me get you guys to safety. And he takes, Haji takes a thing and throws it at one of the things, and he says, "It's a great shot." And Race gets the rocket pack on. He's like, "I will take care of them." He's got a M16, and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot them all. You go." And that's kind of cool. He's up in the air, and he's like, "Oh, well, there's our boat." Oh, well, there was our boat. So I think they destroyed the boat, or at least heavily damaged it. But anyway, he heavily damages them. And then out of the bunker comes old Johnny wearing the same clothes. I know why they did that. It's just weird. It's just weird that he's actually wearing the same clothes as he was when he was a kid. But anyway, he's like, there's just a lot going on. So I guess there's some kind of a helicarrier, and then we find out that there's a villain. And we have no idea what else is going on. So they're in the future, and there's a bad guy. And he looks pretty old. So Johnny, he's probably in his 80s, late 70s. I got to be 80s, so he's like an 80-year-old. So he's like maybe 12 in here or something like that. So like 70 years have gone by. That's a lot. Yes, I think that I don't know what this story is yet, but a Jonny Quest movie is for the taking, man. I don't know why they've never done it. That and Space, I would have made a Space Ghost movie a long time ago. In fact, Wes was just talking about Beastmaster. I had forgotten about that IP. I just reached out to the guy who owns the rights and saw if he wanted to sell them or to license them out. Also, Moon Knight, yes. And I got 3 yeses on this. Yes, yes, and yes. I enjoyed all 3 of these. So yeah, exciting stuff. But that's it. Let me know what you guys are you guys agree that these kind of would make good films? Maybe not these particular. Well, this one I want to read the first ones before I jump in this. But I'm enjoying this, so the first set's got to be good. All right. Well, remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up, and if you can subscribe, please do. I am trying to grow the channel out, so definitely click that bell, ding ding. Also, remember that I'm doing the class. If you want to sign up for that, remember the link to Eventbrite is description below. And also sign up to get notified when we launch Myth Lords, the classic monster card game, where you could play as any of the classic monsters. You're also going to be building up your army and arming them with vehicles and weapons and things to that effect. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, check that out. And again, in a link below, we're going to be launching on Kickstarter, so it's a Kickstarter link. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next episode. All right. Check out some of my other videos as well. All right. Bye-bye.